Today is the day we expect a former NFL player to officially learn his sentence in a series of assaults against women.
This comes just weeks after Kellen Winslow Jr. changed his plea. News 8's Allison Royal joining us live in Vista with how we got to this point and what we can expect in court today. Good morning, Allison.
Good morning, Netta and Eric. Well, Kellen Winslow Jr. is expected to be sentenced to 14 years in prison today. Now, this is different than what the initial plan was, as we were expecting his second trial to take off. But of course, that was changed to a plea deal. This is for a number of sexual offenses here in San Diego County. Actually, a few weeks ago, it seemed like Winslow Jr. had questions himself about what was going on when he was in court for a virtual appearance. So yesterday, or not yesterday, but rather a few weeks ago, it was surprising because it was supposed to be the start of his second trial after that jury could not decide whether or not Winslow Jr. raped a hitchhiker in 2018. Instead, the former NFL player changed his guilty plea from a sexual battery count to assault with intent to commit rape. These are all sexual crimes against 5 women in North County. Winslow Jr. is a San Diego native and had already been convicted in a 2019 jury trial of rape, indecent exposure, and other crimes involving 3 women. But on the other hand, the jury was hung on counts involving the 2 other victims. Winslow later pleaded guilty to related crimes against the other 2 women and was facing up to 18 years in prison until the new plea agreement was reached back in February. Now, as for these original charges, he faced a potential life sentence, so this is quite a bit less time than a life sentence. This is what Winslow said about the possibility of a jury trial.
If I was to go to trial, would I get an actual jury of my peers that people of color that would look like me?
And of course, Winslow Jr. is the son of Kellen Winslow Sr., a San Diego Chargers great and Hall of Famer in the football world. And Winslow, actually, in an interview, the senior talked about, race with his son as he was younger, and always said it was like sticking your head in the sand if you didn't talk to your children about race and what that would maybe be like here in a potential legal situation. So maybe that was foreshadowing in that aspect. He, of course, is a San Diego native. Jr. went to Patrick Henry High School. He went to Scripps Ranch High School. He is 37 years old and is expected to be sentenced in just a couple of hours here in Vista. As we learn more information, we will, of course, bring that to you, Netta and Eric.